Fireworks are starting to fly here in Montgomery County as the school superintendent made a formal recommendation about the infamous Option H. If we haven't met before, my name is Kevin Grolig. I'm a lifelong native of Montgomery County, Maryland. Lastly, I'm also a top-producing real estate agent. For over 40 years, I currently work with Compass. Now, at this point in time, Dr. Taylor's recommendation, it is just that, a recommendation. This is something that needs to be voted on and passed by the school board. Right now, it's safe to say that this is more than just a rumor, and if I were a betting person, I would say that this modified Option H is going to happen. Here's the major headline. Thomas S. Wootton High School, which is currently located in Rockville, Maryland, and has been there, I believe, since the early 1970s, is now going to be relocated to the new Crown site in Gaithersburg, where they were building the new standalone Crown High School. Wootton High School, most likely, where it is right now, will be closing. It will be used as a holding school, and what a holding school means is this is a school where other schools around the county that are either being rebuilt or serious renovations are being done. Wootton now, that current site right there in Rockville, would be used as a temporary facility for them during the renovations and rebuild. Superintendent's recommendation is based on the assumption that Thomas S. Wootton High School would move to a brand new building at Crown Farm starting in the 2027-2028 school year. When you hear Crown High School, it's not exactly a brand new standalone school in the way many people originally thought and what was projected. It's more like Wootton gets a brand new building. The school is physically located at Crown Farm, and it now becomes Wootton at Crown Farm. So what does that mean for current Wootton families? This is the part I want to clarify because I think it's been misunderstood. Under this recommendation, most of the Wootton cluster stays intact. Superintendent specifically says the recommendation offers stability because 5 of the 6 elementary schools currently assigned to Wootton will still feed to Wootton. It's just that the physical location of the building is moved to Crown Farm in Gaithersburg, approximately 4 miles away. And I want to be specific here because this is the biggest question that I continue to get asked. That question is which of the elementary schools that currently feed into Wootton are going to continue and which one is not going to continue. And so let's give you a list of the schools that under this proposal would continue to feed into the new Wootton High School. And that would be DeFeef Elementary School, Falls Mead Elementary School, Lakewood Elementary School, Stonewood Elementary School, and Trevilla Elementary School. All of that will be unchanged. The one elementary school that does not continue in that stability group is Cold Spring Elementary School. And under the superintendent's recommendation, Cold Spring is going to be reassigned to Herbert Hoover Middle School and then Winston Churchill High School. So let's boil it down into plain English. Most of the Wootton families are going to remain Wootton families. It's just that those families that currently the kids go to Cold Spring under this proposal would be going to Winston Churchill High School. Now, along with this, there's also a couple other boundary adjustments that need to be mentioned here, and that is that currently Fields Road Elementary School in Gaithersburg, which currently feeds into Gaithersburg High School, under this proposal will now start feeding into the new Wootton at Crown. Additionally, Rosemont Elementary School, which is east of Crown, that school right now also feeds into Gaithersburg High School. Any of those homes that are on the east side of 270 will continue to feed into Gaithersburg. However, those homes that are on the west side of 270 that currently that go to Rosemont, that currently feed into Gaithersburg, will go to the new Wootton Crown. What does this mean for families that live currently in Crown? Families that live in Crown currently, those families feed into Gaithersburg High School. They need to be bused to Gaithersburg High School. My opinion is I think that it's going to make this new Crown a real super school here because of all the kids that are coming in there from Wootton, which is already highly ranked school. I think this is going to be a big deal for Crown. I see major upside for real estate values in Crown with all these new developments. When is all this going to happen? And this is something that you really kind of need to keep an eye on, especially want to pay attention to this if you have older teenagers who are in high school right now or soon to get ready to go into high school. The superintendent recommends phasing this in rather than just flipping a switch overnight. Starting with grades 9 and 10 in the 2027-2028 school year, those kids that are in the 9th and 10th grade that are at the current Wootton school would now be redirected over to the new Wootton at Crown High School. The kids that are in 11th and 12th grade, so those juniors and seniors, would remain at the current Wootton site until they graduate and move on. And that's a really important point because I think one of the biggest fears in the boundary studies is, are they going to move my child halfway through high school? The superintendent gives several reasons for recommending this. Reason number one is facility concerns at the current Wootton building. The recommendation states that relocating to a new building addresses facility concerns for students and staff. Reason number number 2, cost and resources. Relocating Wootton minimizes the cost and resources of operating an additional high school. Now, real quickly on this, I did a video a few weeks back. Montgomery County school population is declining. People are having fewer and fewer kids. There's actually fewer births in the county right now by about, I believe it's 2,000 fewer births in 2025 than there was 5 or 10 years earlier. Also, let's be really honest that Montgomery County has squeezed out a lot of the lower and middle class here. So I think that you're starting to see more people head to other counties or just other areas or relocate because of cost and expense. I'm thinking they're thinking, why do we need one extra school at this point? Now, of course, you could also say, then why the hell did they even plan this Crown School back 10 years ago? There's a bunch of what ifs there. The deal about this is to reduce costs and everything. Reason number 3, geography and walkability. Number of resident students in the non-transported area increases from 551 at the current Wootton location to 718 at the Crown location. Reason number 4 is just long-term utilization. This plan brings many schools into the 80 to 100% efficient range, only Churchill High School remaining above capacity. I know that there's a lot of families, especially right now in that North Potomac, Rockville area, whose kids currently go to Wootton. They've been going there forever. Many of them, it's going to be walkable in some of the areas like Fallsmead and Rockshire, and now all of a sudden you're going to be needing to go 4 miles from Rockville to Gaithersburg. So I understand the frustration there. Ultimately, I do think that there has been a lot of thought behind it, and some of this does make sense. So, I'm curious to hear what you think. So the last perspective that I want to kind of dive into is, what does this do for real estate home values? That's the question I get asked all the time, and my phone is pretty much ringing off the hook right now for people all throughout the county with this huge shakeup and reshuffling of the deck. And here's my opinion when it comes to this modified Option H. I really don't think there's any real losers here. And when I say losers, I'm talking from a real estate value point of perspective. I'm not talking about from an emotional perspective at all. I think the biggest probably winners here, it's going to be the Crown community itself. Once again, this is going to be a super school and one of the real beacons of Montgomery County, which Wootton already is, but I think it's going to be just that much better. I think it's going to create a lot of demand for future home buyers for some of these locations that do ultimately feed into the new Wootton at Crown. There's going to be families I know that are going to be upset about it. I've talked to them. Do think from a value standpoint, I don't see this being any decline in value. I mean, ultimately in the end, a few years from now, this is the new norm. This is what people expect. There is clarity to it where there hasn't been for quite some time. I still think that these communities that are close in proximity to the current Wootton school district, there's going to be a lot of demand for those properties. So I really don't see properties dropping, and who knows, maybe we see it going up a little bit there too. Hopefully you found this video helpful. As always, if there's anything you need when it comes to real estate, any questions you have, would love the opportunity to talk to you. Go ahead and scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. And what that'll do is it'll take you to a Calendly link where you can go ahead and set up a one-on-one time. It's actually going to be a virtual conference for Google Meet where we can just discuss anything you'd like. Buying a home, selling a home. What is all this going to do to the value of my home? Thanks for checking out the video. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment. And most importantly, go ahead and share it with a friend or people that you know. I will see you next week.